Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. When I hear 104.3 The Fan is giving away free shirts at Brothers Barbecue, I show up with bells off perna. Yes, it is proper Southern manners to placate to their hospitality by never wearing a shirt when you eat delicious barbecue. The Broncos played in the Hall of Fame game tonight. I'll be giving you my thoughts on that tomorrow. Brief summary, yikes. Drew Lock needs some work, and Vic Fangio proved to be tougher than any other coach in NFL history by coaching this game while trying to pass a kidney stone. Tonight, though, I want to touch on the Theo Riddick signing for the Broncos, show you how I got a free shirt by having the sexiest body in a solo barbecue eating contest at Brothers Barbecue. That's good sports. Please, for continued football coverage, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, if you want to help me pay my medical bills, patreon.com/thatsgoodsports is how you can support this channel. And I do have Big Dick Patreon. Shoutouts for the Reddit Alliance of American Football League with a big $10 donation, which I think technically means I will make more money than anybody who actually played in the Alliance. Ruben Aeroliga III, Kyle Cherry, and Ron Mahalovich, the biggest dick player of them all. Some say he was like a second father to me. Thank you, Ron, and thank you everyone for your new Patreon donations. I love you. Barring the unexpected, the Broncos are going to sign free agent running back Theo Riddick. Mike Kliss reported that Riddick is flying to Denver tomorrow. We thought this was going to happen earlier this week, but when Riddick left the meeting without a deal, it looked like he might end up signing with the Saints. But then the Saints went and signed Rob Kelly, which is actually decent for Nola if he can stay healthy. Riddick spent 6 years with the Detroit Lions as their primary receiving back and serving as Matt Stafford's safety valve. Just over 1,000 rushing yards, but he had 2,200 receiving yards and 14 touchdowns that he caught with his hands through the air. A big reason Riddick is landing in Denver is because the Broncos running backs coach, Curtis Modkins, was a rock carrier coach with Riddick in Detroit, if you followed any of that. In addition to being a third down pass catching option, Riddick may actually be the best pass blocking back once on the roster. Now Theo will be catching passes from Joe Flacco as long as he can beat out Devontae Booker as the Broncos' third running back. Well, after watching the Hall of Fame game, he may have to beat out Khalfani Muhammad, who is one of the offensive players who made multiple plays. And yes, that is saying something from this game. He had 5 carries for 45 yards and a touchdown by the end of the third quarter. He got some more after that. A 9.2 yard per carry average at that time. Very Philip Lindsay-like. Now, it's unlikely that the Broncos will keep more than 3 backs on the active roster, which means Khalfani may have to sneak through to the practice squad. So if you're a head football coach or a scout of another team, please forget what I just said so we can clear waivers and land back in Denver. As is tradition here, I predict a Hall of Fame running back for the Broncos every preseason, and so far I have yet to be right. The point, the Broncos have a very crowded backfield for Riddick. The Broncos backfield is actually more crowded than Brothers Barbecue when they're giving shirts away for free. Segue to an infield report. Well, football season's starting. Broncos playing the Hall of Fame game today. 104.3 The Fan is at Brothers Barbecue giving away free shirts, and lucky for me, today is one of those days I forgot my shirt, so I'm gonna try to get a free shirt as promised by the radio. If the radio doesn't give me a shirt, the radio's a liar. Is this where we get the shirts?
Yeah, if they got any left when you get there. Yay, you got a shirt!
Could really just use one of their free shirts today. I think the free shirts are in there.
I need a free shirt.
Yeah, me too. It's like I'm waiting for the in the emergency room, and I'm the person who clearly has the worst injury, but I still got to wait for my number to be called. It's exactly what this is like right now. Oh, great. All they have is XLs left. I'm the smallest guy in this place, and an XL is definitely not going to fit.
We got a guy without a shirt on.
Wow. That is strong. That is Brandon Pertman.
Oh, that is.
Who makes the videos for the Broncos YouTube channel.
Oh my goodness!
I am a fan of Brandon. And he said today's the day I really need a shirt. He showed up without a shirt, so we have to find one.
If you don't get one, I have one.
You'll get mine.
Clean that up a little bit next time, please.
There's some real brown sugar up there.
Thank God a couple of these people here aren't in desperate need of a t-shirt.
I needed a shirt today.
I am a fan of Brandon.
Today's the day I really needed a shirt.
Today's the day I really need a shirt.
I got some sunscreen too, if you guys got time.
They've thrown the same amount of touchdowns, and Hogan has thrown more picks with less attempts, significantly more picks. 7 interceptions, 100 attempts.
You need one. No, they're gonna get me one.
Oh, okay.
They've got one somewhere.
Knows how to play football. He plays smart football. He's providing competition for Drew Lock. If you just cut Hoagie, then how is Drew Lock going to mature as a player when he's basically been handed the second string starter?
That's the way it works in the NFL.
You
You get handed things all the time.
Tommy, you got handed stuff?
No, because I was a 4th round pick, but 2nd round picks get handed a lot. 1st round picks get handed a lot.
Did you need anyone to push you? You were one of the greatest to ever play the center position. You needed someone to push you.
Dude, I had constant competition, whether it was Casey Jones or Chris Banks or Lenny Friedman. They were always drafting the center to compete with me.
You shouldn't have
Make us
to.
a way up.
So just because you...
Okay, so I'm here with Zach By from The Fan. I came down for a shirt today, but I guess I was too late.
Yes.
You said on air you would get me a shirt, so I'm going to make you live up to that promise.
Of course.
But first, I wanted to ask you just a couple questions. One, Theo Riddick supposed to sign with the Broncos. Do you like this move? Do you think he's going to make the team?
He's definitely going to make the team. I really like the move. He's not a game changer unto himself, but you pull out a Swiss Army knife, it's got more than one blade. Theo Riddick is one of those blades. He had just 60 catches a year ago. That would have been second on the Broncos. And the dude's a running back, so he can do a lot. 3 seasons ago, he had 80 receptions in a season. Right. So the dude is dynamic.
So not the sharpest blade, but like maybe the most practical one.
He's like the corkscrew.
The corkscrew, which is very important for
drinking
alcohol. Yes. And then I heard you guys announce that Vic Fangio is trying to pass kidney stones.
That's right.
And he's saying he's going to try to coach tonight, which seems like a mistake to me. But do you think he'll be on the field?
I think he'll be on the field. He's an old school tough guy. Kidney stones are tough themselves.
Supposedly one of the most painful things a guy can experience.
Jagged edges that need to be pushed out the head of your penis.
Right. Yeah, if he goes out there and coaches, that is the most badass way to start his career here in Denver. And I think buys him at least an extra season if the Broncos don't do well.
I think it's an extra decade. I mean, what kind of better tone setter could you have than he might pass the kidney stones right there on the sideline. You may see him with a bedpan.
He just, like, didn't Nate Jackson pee on the sideline before?
I think he did.
Maybe Fangio does it too.
He could. I just hope it's on camera.
Okay, so earlier, we've been trying to connect for a little while.
Yep.
And this was the first time we met.
Yep.
And my wife said that I clammed up when I met you, and I didn't make good eye contact.
I thought your eye contact was awesome.
Okay. And then she proceeded to tell me that Brandon Stokely was very handsome. For no reason, and then tried to save herself by saying because he kind of looked like me.
Stoke is a handsome devil.
He's better looking than I thought.
And he's out of his prime.
He's in good shape, too.
There's a couple Google images of Stoke in his early years that might even give the straightest man a little wiggle.
A little wind?
A little wiggle.
A little wiggle? Well, I would like to try my shirt now.
All right, let's do it.
If you have it.
This is the closest thing to getting knighted. That's her. Then it gets a little bit baggy, so let's tuck the end here.
Perfect. Hall of Fame level. And that's the story of how Zach Bai became the best sports radio guy in the world. Seriously, Zach is a super cool dude, very funny, and he took the time to talk to me even though his family just flew in from New York to see him. Also, Brandon Stokely, very cool as well, came up and said hi to me. Brandon, I single-handedly beat the shit out of the Bengals. Stokely came up to say hi to a shirtless idiot. All kidding aside, I think my wife would leave me for Brandon Stokely. Sure, partially it's due to her strong and instant attraction to him, but also she wouldn't have to learn a new first name, and we're both very lazy like that. I appreciate Brothers Barbecue for not kicking me out. No shirt, no shoes, no service did not apply. This episode is not sponsored by Brothers or The Fan, but I strongly recommend both. The recap of the Broncos game will be up as soon as I can do it. Was this yours? Your size?
Mine. This was mine.
It's
yours now.
You wear an extra large?
I do wear an extra large.
It's like a nightgown on me.
It is.
And this would fit you comfortably.
It's a 90.
Nice, right?
It's a 90.
Well, thank you for getting me the shirt today, Zach.
You're the
It's
man.
nice to finally meet you.
You're the man. This guy's the man.
And I will never forget this tuck-in. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on the YouTubes. Did you sub to the tubes? I'm on Twitter, Instagram, at Brandon Perna if you want to follow me there. Very busy during those football games. I'll tell you what. Tweeted so many not great things, but a couple good ones.